second half. All lined up and ready to go for a great second half ahead. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Gators sending the offense back to work. They opened this third quarter on top, and they built the lead on the strength of that running game.
And they made a huge statement, too, just proving to the other team that they're more physical, they're winning in the trenches. So here in the second half, David, just keep demoralizing this defense by pounding the football.
Yeah, and I'm not going to let that happen. I riled up my guys at halftime. We're going to put more people in the box, and we got to come out and meet the physical challenge of this offense.
Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. They'll give it to the back. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll try to move the chains on this 3rd and long from the 50. Quarterback checking off. The run to the left. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And the Gators will try to pin them back with the punt. I wouldn't quite call it a shank, but that's not exactly going to go on the resume reel. Maryland has the ball back in the Terrapin offense ready to go. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just gets frustrating. And you got to put that behind you. You got to see what this defense has been doing to be so successful. Caller, now use it against them.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like you have to have the perfect play on just to get a first down. In these types of games, I think you're just trying to get guys out in space, see if a dude can break a tackle. Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Can they catch him? Man, oh man, did that coverage team have its hands full. Well, not full because they didn't get a hand on him for quite a while. Great return there. He'll keep it himself. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe, 2nd and 7. The Gators are threatening in the red zone. They'll run it from the gun. Noses his way forward, maybe gets one. They'll mark it at the 18. Things look great with that field position a few plays ago, but now it's 3rd and 6. Unleashes to the end zone. And it's caught! Touchdown, Gators! What a grab and what a quick strike from that offense.
And when I'm an offensive coordinator and I see a short field, I'm thinking attack, attack, attack. Go get that touchdown. Take advantage of what the defense gave you. Great job by the offensive coordinator.
On to attempt the try. And with the extra point, they're now up by a touchdown and a field goal at 10. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup this week, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Syracuse is darn near putting up video game numbers offensively, and the result is a comfortable lead for the Orange on the scoreboard. They're up by 24 over Colorado State. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Pass interference. Defense.
And the defender just way too handsy on that last play. You could see all the contact as the ball was in the air. He simply can't do it, and the referee's called.
They're going to open this drive with a pass. He finds his man. These two conferences largely share the same geographic footprint. The ACC loves it when they can take down a team from the SEC.
And we see these two conferences play each other oftentimes early in the season, late in the season. David, think about Clemson, South Carolina, Florida, Florida State. These players have a lot of familiarity with one another.
And this already matters so much to these kids because they grew up in the same area a lot of times, like Reese was talking about with the footprint. But how about in the past, too? When your undefeated league champion gets left out of the playoff for an SEC team, a little more fuel for the fire.
And the Terrapins are in the hurry-up. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. They'll go to the ground. They'll give him 4 yards on the carry. It's down at the 8-yard line. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. They'll run it on the counter. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. And you want to know what impact home field advantage can have? There it is. The offense will walk it back. 3rd down, and this crowd is tearing the lid off this place. They want to throw it. Got his man quickly. And that's a live ball behind the line. And the defense snatches it, and they've reversed the field. They bring him down, but that great defensive play might be overturned. Let's see what the call is. That was right on the borderline. You want to make that quarterback feel you, but the official thought it was a little too much. And the roughing the passer penalty. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Lets it go to the end zone. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. So loud it's rattling your fillings on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Terrapins. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finish things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. From inside the 15, chance for a good return. Buys just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. Throws to the tight end. Hauls it in. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Running it to the right. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. From the gun, running back on the move. A confident, tough, efficient run. Gets it up to the 44. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here on 3rd down for this offense. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. The offense set for a 1st down play. Here's the handoff. At the 35, he's open. And the explosiveness, the big gainer gets it to the 49-yard line.
When you talk about creating big plays in the running game like this makes the game really easy. Actually, when you've got a guy like this that you can hand it to with this much speed and elusiveness, just hard to bring down in the open field. What a big gain for the offense.
And this sophomore quarterback just put it out there a little too far. Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. Bulls his way forward. Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Avoids pressure. Now he's going to break the pocket. At the 35, he's loose. He gets the job done, picking up the first down, then getting down. The Terrapins are rolling down the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on first down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good second down.
Gets it out quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Touchdown, Maryland! And with that, they've got the lead here in the second half.
Man, he's off to a good start this year. That's already his third receiving touchdown. We're only 4 games into this season. I love how they line him up all over the field, and as the season goes on, they're going to keep being more and more creative with how they get this guy the ball.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they take a 21-17 lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. What a day it's been on the ground for these two guys, and they just seem to get stronger as the game goes along as we take a look at the numbers. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. Handoff to the lone back. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36. Got 8 on first down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. The give to the big fullback. Fights off a defender. Tackle is made after the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Whoa, does he turn that loose down the middle. Intercepted. A return there would have just been icing on the cake. They'll just have to settle for the cake at the 23.
Well, I think it's pretty safe to say this guy's going to be getting a helmet sticker. That now his 2nd interception of the game. He has just been lights out here today.
Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. And now that cushion is a little bit smaller, Jesse, and any mistake would get magnified.
Yeah, a little bit of pressure.
And it's slipped out! It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Might be looking to run. He's going to take off. And he avoids the hit and slides after the short gain. Here comes this home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. Makes the grab on the left. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense.
You just can't hit the quarterback like that. That is a dumb play, and the defender got caught red-handed. From the gun, running back gets to give. Shakes off the tackle. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain.
Hold it. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. After trying the running game, let's see if they do it again on second down. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. And tackled there by the defense.
This receiver is such a weapon, and he has so much speed, and he can generate explosive plays for your offense, not just running go routes and post routes, but how about throwing him the drag, letting him catch it, and use his speed to turn it upfield.
Stepping up to help this defense on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Makes the grab. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Toss to the outside. And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Hold offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Here comes the offense on second down. The give out of the gun. Steamrolls his way ahead. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. Strong running there. Going to pick up 7 yards on the play, but they still have a 4th and 3. So here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all the pressure in the world. Absolutely perfect. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. Oregon delivered maybe its most thorough thumping in years in a game that featured a ton of big plays, not unlike the way LaMichael James, Kenyon Barner, and Jonathan Stewart used to do it. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. Here's the return from inside his 10. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Gators sending the offense back to work. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
Makes his man miss. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. They'll run play action. Getting some heat. They're trying to get to it. Keeps the play going. Nothing doing downfield. He'll cut his losses and throw it away. It'll be 3rd down. Got his man on the right. Good tackle there to stop him short of the first down, and now they have to make a call. The Gators will punt it away on 4th down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Maryland has the ball back and the Terrapin offense ready to go. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Quarterback wants to throw on 2nd down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Terrapins want to pick up the tempo.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's going to pass on second down. Got out of trouble and throws. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete. Big third down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Quick strike complete. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up fourth down. The Terrapins decide to punt it away. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. Florida has the ball back, and here comes the offense. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, David. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Personal foul. Roughing the pass. Defense.
So the offense accepts the roughing the passer penalty, and they get a new set of downs. They'll try the run. You'll take 4 yards on first down every time, 2nd and 6. Trying play action. Fires to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete. Couldn't find his man last time, and that leaves them with a 3rd and 6. He'll try to pop the draw. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Gators will punt this one away. And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day. The punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15. Here comes the Maryland offense back onto the field. Here's another opportunity, Jesse, to stretch out this lead after punting last time.
I think it goes back to your playmakers, Reese. I think it's finding the guys that have been working for you earlier on in this game and getting them the football.
Yeah, and there's obviously no need to panic. I mean, think about it. You got the lead. You got the football. You got to be smart with the football, make your plays, put a good drive together here.
He's looking to throw. Unloads to the wideout. And it's an incomplete pass over the middle. The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. It's 3rd down now. They ought to be able to get off one more play before the 2-minute warning. We have arrived at the 2-minute warning, a one-possession game as this offense tries to hold on. Give to the big fullback. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the returner is stopped. Boy, this is just the type of field position this offense wants. Going up top on 1st down. Fighting off the defender. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. 4 wide receivers spread out on 2nd and 6. Using the quick game. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. They want to run it left here. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Down to possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it. Throws to the wideout. The completion well past the sticks. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Looking to go up top on 1st down. Finds a man on the left. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play, trying to preserve every minute possible. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. Escapes the sack. And it's incomplete, but the penalty flag has fallen in the holding zone. Let's see what the call is. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. He wants to throw it. Coming after him. Escapes trouble. He just wisely got rid of that one. The worst thing that can happen to you is to turn it over on first down in the red zone. On second down, he's looking downfield. Throws for the tight end. That is just a sideline credit. Throw, catch, toe drag, everything you want. They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And it's incomplete as he was trying to make the play in the back corner of the end zone. Trailing and getting deep in the game, they'll go for it here on 4th and goal. Pocket starts to collapse. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Florida!
And they desperately needed that touchdown. Now it's miracle time. We got to kick this onside kick and somehow find a way to boot a long field goal and maybe win this thing at the buzzer.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. Timeout called by the defense. 13 seconds to go. And the extra point was good, and we are all tied up in the 4th. Coming down the stretch in the 4th, and we are all tied up, about set to kick it away. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24.
Encroachment. Defense.
Contact in the neutral zone leads to that penalty. Good news for the offense. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line. 4 quarters not enough to settle this one. We're headed to overtime.
And these teams have played so well, back and forth, evenly contested game. How about a little free football, Jesse?
Yeah, I love this, David. Free football. I'm finding out which of these two teams is the most mature. Who can settle down now with the game on the line and make the big play?
All right, guys, so here we go in overtime. And just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And it's so nice to be on defense first, just to set the tone, to understand what you need. Try to hold them to a field goal. The offense knows they can do their job to go out and get a win. Just 2 possessions, Palmer. Like, you got to be at your best.
Yeah, and I love the new rules, too, because in the 3rd overtime possession, it goes to alternating 2-point plays, back and forth. Who's got anything left in the tank here in OT?
We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Win with the running game on first down, now back at it. On 2nd down, they'll take to the air. Pressure coming. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. Splits the uprights, and now they have a 3-point lead here in OT. Down by a field goal and a touchdown will win it. Let's see what they've got on first down. Leaves it with the running back. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. 1st and goal, and a touchdown will win it. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. After getting knocked back, it's 2nd and goal from the 4. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. If they can push this one in, they win the game. It's 3rd and goal. He got it in! A walk-off touchdown in overtime!
Game on the line, and they've got to be the more physical side. Great job getting blocks up front. He was able to skirt his way into the end zone, David, to win this game.
Man, that's why I want the ball second in OT. I know exactly what I need to go get it done. They take it down the field, run it in the end zone, and end the football game.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.